All right, let's remember what we did yesterday from the beginning. Remember, as every class, um, we are working on Unit 12. We start with Unit 12, Lesson A and B. So we start talking about news. That was a topic, the context, but we were talking about passive voice, right? Simple passive voice. We have some practice with this, some exercises. We saw some grammar. We discussed the grammar, how we form the passive voice. We say passive voice, you use verb be, right? Verb be. We are talking about past tense. Past tense, simple voice. Don't forget, this is simple voice, simple past passive voice. Remember the formula to form first. The key here is to know the object. Well, in active voice, it's a normal voice, right? In active voice, of course, we have a subject, we have a verb. In this case, we are talking about past tense, right? We have um, an object. So remember to have us to convert an active voice into a passive, we need an object. An object is included in the predicate. Yes. So we need an object. This is just a little reminder. For example, Gloria cook uh, spicy mole yesterday. In this case, Gloria is the subject, we have the verb in past tense, and we have the object, right? When we know the object, we know the object is singular in this case, a spicy mole, a spicy mole, as we say was singular, we use was. Spicy mole was cooked yesterday. And if we need to know who, we say by Gloria, right? No, not by Lucia, not by Judith, it was cooked by Gloria. Yes? Same. Let's say Alejandro drank some beers last week. Hold on, please. Last week. Okay, these are examples, remember, right? It's not personal. Maybe Alejandro did or Gloria cooked mole, but this is just an example. By the way, I love mole. It's one of my favorites. So in this sentence, we have, let me see, I miss an S here. We say beers. Beers is plural. Yes? So how would you change this into passive voice? Let's see, who wants to do it?
Some bears was drunk.
Remember, Gloria, you need to pay attention first.
Sorry. Some
Yes,
beers were drunk,
yes, we're wrong.
drunk
Sorry.
by Alejandro last week.
Yes, last week. The first step is to identify the objects as plural or singular, right? So you know which one to use, was or were. By default, you need to know the verb in past participle. Excellent, good job. Okay, that was what we saw in lesson in this part of the grammar. So that's the idea. You know how to use the passive voice, the active voice. The active voice, for example, Felix did his homework this morning. His homework was done this morning by Felix, right? You have to do it in that way, active and passive. We have these exercises, we practice this, we start lesson B with natural disasters. We have some readings, etc. All right. Before the reading, we're going to practice this in a bit. You almost have an idea, right? About well, let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let me see who we have here. Alejandro, Gloria, Felix, Judith, and Lucia. So I have my list here. It's, let's see what time it is. It's 4:40. Remember, it's just 10 minutes to have okay, Gloria. Hold on, Gloria. Felix. Judith. You were missing today, you Judith. You weren't here today. I mean, yesterday. And that's it. If you are after 4:40, you have. All right, let's practice the reading, please. Gloria, can you read number 1?
Okay, teacher. The island of Puerto Rico was hit by hurricane. Kelvin late his morning. Electric power was temporarily disrupted to know the island, and many homes were damaged by heavy rains and strong winds.
Yes. Remember, hurricane. Disrupted.
Okay, thank you. Disruptor.
This word is throughout. Damaged. You have heavy rains. It's like one sound. Heavy rains is an adjective. And strong winds.
Strong wind. Okay, thank you.
Alejandro, can you read number 2, please?
Yes. Quebec was hit by severe mm, thunderstorm, thunderstorms yesterday. Flights at several airports were delayed by heavy rains, thunder, and lightning last night. 3 families were rescued by emergency workers after their homes were damaged by flash floods resulting from the rains. This is correct.
Okay, Alejandro, thank you. Severe thunderstorms,
Thunderstorm, thunderstorm,
thunderstorms, thunderstorms. Remember?
thunderstorm,
Yeah, it's composed. It's a compound word. Thunderstorms.
thunderstorm,
Yes, with an S at the end because it's plural. You have thunder. Like
thun,
remember, what was this guy cartoon? He-Man. Remember He-Man? Thundercats. Yes.
then era, sí, era him.
Yeah. Thundercats.
Yes,
Lighting.
I
Light.
remember.
Yes. Lightning.
Lightning,
Rescued. Rescued.
rescue, rescue,
This one is flash floods. Flash
mm,
floods.
flash floods,
Uh-huh. Floods. Do you know what floods is? What floods are? Anyone?
mm,
Do you know what floods are? When it's raining and you have a lot of water in your house because you have leaking on the roof, and then you start flooding, right? You start having water in your apartment. So it's flooding, the water is coming to your place, to your house. Do you understand? Just flooding when the water, when it's raining, all the water goes to your house. Yes? Do you understand? Yes or no? Gloria, do you understand the term flood?
I'm sorry, teacher. I don't listen. Me distraje. Sorry.
Okay, anybody knows floods? Diane?
inundaciones,
Yeah, Alejandro, yes, excellent. Floods is plural inundaciones. Flash floods, they were quick. Damaged by flash floods. Okay, Felix, number 3, please. Felix, are you there?
Oh, sorry, my microphone, teacher.
Number 3.
Yes, firefighters in Australia say over 10,000 acres of forests were completely destroyed by catastrophic wildfires this year. Investigators suspect some fires were caused by careless campers. They believe other fires started when trees were struck by lightning. I don't, I don't know cómo se pronuncia. Lightning.
I just mentioned that word, lightning.
Lightning.
Yes. Okay. if you are to read for the people, Felix, you're not supposed to read like five bodies in Australia say over 10,000. It's when you read for yourself. Cuando lees para ti, así lees. But if you read for the rest, you have to give some intonation to the reading. Firefighters in Australia say over 10,000 acres of forests were completely destroyed by catastrophic wildfires this year. Investigators suspect from some fires were caused by careless campers. They believe other fires started when trees were struck by lightning. As you know, guys, folks, we are reading about news, right? News. Try to be a reporter. Yes. The words Felix mispronounced, or not mispronounced, but they were careless like this. Destroyed, catastrophic, wildfires, struck. Okay, I need somebody else. Let's say, who did? Will you please read number 3 again, like if you were a reporter?
Okay, yes, teacher. Firefighters in Australia say over 10,000 acres of forests were completely destroyed by catastrophic wildfires this year. Investigators suspect some fires were caused by careless campers. They believe other fires start when trees were struck by lightning.
All right, excellent, excellent. Yes, acres, acres.
Acres.
Yes.
Acres, okay.
Let me check, who is Frida Sofia?
Sorry, teacher. I am Maru.
Ah, because I see a different name.
Sorry,
That's
sorry.
why.
It's mine. Yes, his computer is mine.
Yeah.
My daughter, sorry. We are
Just to
going to
make
change.
sure. Yes. All right, Maru. So some of you were late. Well, remember, just 10 minutes. Let me see. Maru is here. Hold on. Who else? Diane. Jessica. And that's it. Remember, it's just 10 minutes tolerance for a full attendance. Full attendance is full attendance. If you are late more than 10 minutes, it's just half. So you have more than 3 halves is 1. But you're doing good, so no worries. Let's see. Number 4. Remember, we are trying to be reporters, right? Like you're on TV. Remember, we have to get better each day, right? We are almost at the end of the race. Estamos a punto de terminar la carrera. So let's do it as best as possible. If you make mistakes, that's okay. We have to make mistakes, but you have to try. Okay, who wants to read number 4?
Me, teacher.
Volunteer for number 4.
Teacher, sorry.
Who said first?
Me.
Who was first? Lucia. Yes, Lucia.
Okay. Number 4.
Yes.
A shopping mall in Kansas was badly damaged by a tornado last night. And a nearby town was later hit by a freak hailstorm. Cars were struck by hailstones the size of golf balls. Amazingly, no one was seriously injured by the tornado or the storm.
Excellent. Just pretend to be a reporter. Okay, you're on TV. You are You're on the news. The news tonight is by Lucia. A shopping mall in Kansas was badly damaged by a tornado last night. A nearby town was later hit by a freak hailstorm. Cars were struck by hailstones the size of golf balls. Sorry. Amazingly, no one was seriously injured. Lucia, injured, no injured
Youth.
by the tornado or the storm. Okay, keep checking, guys. Keep checking the words that you don't know. Okay, we have the last one, number 5. Who wants to read number 5? Any volunteer for number 5?
Me, teacher Maru.
Maru, please go ahead.
A
You're a reporter.
small town. Okay, a small town in Italy was struck by minor earthquake this morning. The quake measured 4.9 on the Richter scales. Aftershocks were felt in several towns. Some homes were partially destroyed, but no serious injuries were reported.
Excellent. Yes, this is minor, minor, no minor,
Minor.
minor. Yes,
Minor.
good job. Okay, questions about the bold words. You have words in bold. Remember, bold words are like the ones that are in blacker color, like this: hurricane, heat, hurricane, disrupted, damaged, heavy rains, strong winds, severe thunderstorms, thunder, thunder, lightning, lightning, rescued, flash floods, destroyed, catastrophic, wildfire, struck, tornado, freak, hailstorm, hailstones. Remember, this is hailstorm. You see the storm, the word storm. I explain what hail is. Hail again, and stones. Stones is like the balls I explained yesterday, right? Hailstones, the little balls. Well, they are different sizes, like it says, sizes of golf balls. Injured, injured, was seriously injured. Minor earthquake. Aftershocks. Aftershocks, if you don't know what aftershocks are, is when you have an earthquake, when it's the earthquake, and it starts in Guerrero, and the wave follow and finish and ends in Mexico City. Yes? Do you understand the context? Like the line of the earthquake follows, let's say, starting Costa Grande, and the earthquakes follows and goes to Tasco, let's say, to Tasco. Well, even more, Morelos. That's the aftershocks. Yes? Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
All right, please, if you don't want to answer, just raise your hand, your manita. You know, I show you how to do it. You know how to do it? Use your hand like this. Yes, yes, excellent. If you don't want to communicate, you don't want to say anything, if I am not asking for your participation, just like this and says, okay, okay, okay. Yes?
Sorry, teacher, what is mean? Sorry, freak, hailstorm.
Yes. Hailstorm and hailstone. Hailstorm is the storm, it's a storm. It's the storm of hail. Hail, it's, let me write it here. You know what a storm is, right, Maru?
Yes, storm, yes.
A storm is usually water, but it could be snow, right? It could be dust. It could be electric storm, lightning storm. Or hail. Hail is the water that is frozen. You got like ice from the sky. And stones is the shape, like a stone. You know what a stone is, right? So you use hail stones, of course, is the ball. Yes, Maru?
Yes, teacher, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Guys,
No,
ask
teacher.
now.
No,
Have questions?
teacher.
Ask now. Any questions now?
No, teacher.
No? Okay. Can I ask you some questions about this? Yes, right? All right. Excellent. Write words and expressions from the news stories in the chart below are your own ideas, then compare with a partner. You have here the chart weather problems, like hurricanes, typhoons. Typhoons is like tsunami, but it's in a different part of the world. Other natural disasters, birds for damage and help like heat. You have an example here. Hurricanes, yes, thunderstorms, lightning, the verbs they use, you have the verbs they use here, etc. You have hit, damage, destroy, etc. Okay, let's do it in team, please. You have, let me see, you have, it's 5 o'clock, you have 5 minutes. See what you can do. Let's do it in teams. It's easy. Do you understand? Weather problems, the natural disasters here, other natural disasters here, and the verbs we use. Yes, is that clear? It's clear. Okay, cool. Felix, thank you for your little hand. Excellent. Okay, let's do it together, please. Remember, besides this, I have another exercise. I send you the list, the program. So we have a listening comprehension, a few minutes. So see how good you are, or what else you need to improve that skill. So we are 8 people now. So we have Felix and Jessica, team 1. Alejandra and Gloria, team 2. Diana and Maru, team 3. And Judith and Lucia, team 4. We are missing today Lupita, Alejandra, and Jasmine. Yes. Now we have, and Gibran. Okay, let's go to the rooms, please. All right, excellent. Let's do it fast, please. We have in the first row here, we have weather problems. Let's see, let's do volunteering. Felix, what do you have here in the weather problems?
In the weather problems, thunderstorms, tornado, tsunamis, and hailstorms.
Thunderstorm, tornadoes, it's not tornadoes, it's tornadoes.
Tornado,
Yes. And hailstones.
hailstorms.
Hailstones is hailstorm.
Okay.
Hailstone is the size, is the ball, remember.
Yes.
Anybody have something else?
Yes. Flash floods, teacher.
Flash floods, yes.
Um,
Earthquake,
Earthquake.
heavy rain,
Any other one?
Heavy rains.
Heavy rains. Yes, we have been having heavy rains the last few days, right?
teacher.
Yes.
Earthquake. So how do you say temblor?
Earthquake.
Earth.
Yes, it's compound. Yeah.
Okay. Earthquake. Earthquake.
Yes, it's an earthquake.
Earthquake is another fila. Sorry, because it's disasters.
Yeah, well, you could say it could be considered another natural disaster to be here.
Okay. I think, teacher, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
Any other one?
Strong winds.
Strong wind.
Eruption, volcano eruption.
Yes. Any other one? Something in mind? Something that you have in mind?
Aftershocks, maybe in other natural disasters, in other,
Well,
no?
aftershocks is about the earthquake.
Okay, thank you.
As you say, I remember when there's an earthquake, it goes like this to another place.
Okay,
We say réplica en español, right?
yes.
I don't know if it's right, replicas. Any other one we have, remember we have those earthquakes in the water. Tsunami.
Tsunami.
Teacher, I say tsunamis.
You say tsunamis? I didn't hear you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I say tsunamis.
Okay. What other natural disaster or other weather problems? No, right? Snow storms. Any other one? We have waves, right? When it's too hot, There's a heat wave, or it's
Teacher.
a cold wave.
Is
Cold wave.
correct? Is correct? Say electric stores.
Oh, we mentioned that one, electric.
Uh-huh.
Electric one, you said?
Tormentas eléctricas, I don't know, storms.
Storms, yes. We have lightning,
Mhm.
lightning storms too. We have thunder, storms. Okay, what about the verbs we use? Okay, I need everybody to participate, please. You're quiet, Diane, Judith, Jessica, Alejandro.
Injured. Injured.
Struck,
Damage.
Destroyed.
Okay, one by one, you, Felix, endure.
Injured. Injured.
Well, I have explained that word many times. Injure,
Injured. Okay.
injure, no injure.
Injured.
Yes. Try to repeat it as many times as possible. Injure. What else?
Damage.
struck,
Damage,
Damage.
shock,
Rescue.
Yes.
Destroyed.
rescue, destroy.
Rescue.
Any other one? You have many on the list, reading.
Disrupt.
Drop.
Disruptive.
Right? As you see, all of them are in past participle. ED. Why? Because we are talking about simple past passive voice. Excellent. Well, this is just to have an idea of what's about the disasters. Let's go to the one of the most important parts of the lesson is about the grammar. Okay, please first pay attention, and then we will discuss about the doer, that is the subject, yes, and the receiver, that is the object. Pay attention, please.
Page 121. 2. Grammar. Simple past passive plus by plus agent. When the doer of the action, the agent, is important, you can use by to introduce it.
3 families were rescued by emergency workers.
The fires were caused by careless campers.
A shopping mall.
Page 121.
Sorry.
2.
Go back.
Grammar. Simple past passive plus by plus agent. When the doer of the action, the agent, is important, you can use by to introduce it.
3 families were rescued by emergency workers.
The fires were caused by careless campers.
A shopping mall was damaged by a tornado.
Adverbs with the passive.
A mall was badly damaged.
No one was seriously injured.
The forest was completely destroyed.
Power was temporarily disrupted.
Homes were partially destroyed.
All right, we are seeing here on your right side some adverbs with the passive. These adverbs are badly, seriously, completely, temporarily, partially. Yes, one more time. Badly, seriously, completely, temporarily, and partially. Right? The doer, remember, or the agent is important. You can use it by introduce it. You can use by to introduce it. For example, 3 families were rescued by emergency workers, right? Emergency worker is important to mention. That's why we say by emergency workers. The fires were caused by careless camper. Yes, the doer, in this case, careless campers, is very important to mention, right? That's why. A shopping mall was damaged by a tornado. We cannot say just a shopping mall was damaged. Then, if we add by a tornado, we know who or what, right? If we don't use by, the sentence is incomplete. So we have to use by when we need to know the doer of the action. And then, in what way? Badly. A mall was badly damaged. If you see, badly is after be, right? After was. The was or were. No one was seriously injured. Please pay attention to this word, injured. No injured. No injured. The forest was completely destroyed. Destroyed. You see, all of them are after was or were. Power was temporarily disrupted. Temporarily disrupted. Home was partially destroyed. Yes? Are you understanding the grammar?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Okay, we have another exercise here with the adverbs. So you have to include the adverb. Remember, the adverb goes after verb be, was or were. You have partially, temporarily, totally, completely, seriously, totally, finally, etc. Except number 8. Okay, we can do it fast. Number 1, who did?
Okay, teacher. A fire destroyed partially. No. Sorry. A fire.
Remember, the sentences are in active voice. You need to change it.
Yes. A fire was destroyed partially and all.
No.
No. No,
We
sorry,
have
teacher.
the subject, a fire, right? We have the verb, and we have the object, or an old warehouse. Let me give you the first example. An old warehouse. You continue with it?
Okay. An old warehouse was destroyed. Destroyed? What was partially?
Yes, partially.
Destroyed by a fire.
By a fire.
Teacher. I was a little bit confused, teacher. Sorry.
Yeah. So this active voice. The ones who have
Okay. Yes, I was
Number-
confused with the word in parentheses. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Destroy. Aquí escribes destroy, eh? Okay.
Destroy. Okay.
Number 2. Who wants to do number 2?
Please, teacher.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, power supplies were disrupted temporarily and by a minor earthquake.
Where? Yes, because it's plural. Power supply where? Lucia?
Power supplies were disrupted temporarily by a minor earthquake.
Temporarily should be after where.
Okay. Where
Where temporarily.
temporarily
Disrupted.
disrupted by
Yeah.
by
A
a minor earthquake.
earthquake. Well, I mentioned before, this is not minor, this is minor.
Minor.
Minor. Es menor, right? In Spanish, minor.
Minor.
Like a person who is minor, you are under age 18, you are under 18 years old, you're a minor. Same meaning. And this is supplies. Supplies. Okay, number 3. Who wants to do number 3?
Me, teacher.
Yes, Gloria, please go ahead.
A high school was okay. A high school was damaged badly by hurricane.
Okay, pay attention. Remember, badly or the adverb goes after was or between the was and the main verb. So it's in the middle.
It's a was teacher because it's a high school.
Yeah, but we are talking about badly, in this case, the adverb.
It's badly, sorry. Okay. I have a do. Badly is after or is before the was damaged.
Yeah, that's the point. A high school was
Was damaged,
badly.
was badly also, okay, is, okay.
Okay, and it's damaged, not damaged. Damaged.
Damaged, okay. And okay, yeah, I understand. Sure.
Hurricane.
Entonces is a high school was badly damaged by hurricane. Damage, sorry, damage by
Damaged.
hurricane. Yes, thank you.
Hurricane. Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Yes. Number 4.
Me,
Me,
the police station was completely destroyed by a tornado.
Police.
A police station
was
was
completely
completely destroyed by a tornado.
yes. Yeah, just remember, guys, to pay attention on those mispronounced words, so you can fix it the next time. Diane, you said you wanted to do number 4. You do number 5?
Okay. Lightning.
Pay attention. You need to find the object or the receiver.
Two golfers
Yes, golfers.
were seriously
Yes, we're seriously
injured.
well, I have said many times it's not injured, it's injured. Injured.
Injured by a lightning.
Yes, by a lighting. Excellent. Number 6.
Me, teacher Maru.
Maru, please go ahead.
3 houses were totally destroyed by the catastrophic wildfires.
Yes. 3 homes. 3 homes were totally destroyed by catastrophic wildfires. It is totally, not totally. Well, totally sounds a little bit more British. If you want to use British English, is fine. Number 7, please. Anyone? Okay, let me see somebody who hasn't participated yet. Alejandro?
A ver.
¿Quién va haciendo? Car.
Okay, the sentence is emergency workers rescued 2 injured hikers in a state park. So you have to include
State, I State Park.
no. What is the object there?
Pero es que no entiendo algunas palabras que están aquí.
Okay, you have the subject emergency workers. Yes? That is a subject, emergency workers. The verb is rescue, past tense. 2 injured hikers is the object, the receiver of the action. What is the action? Rescue. What is the subject? Emergency workers. In a state park, of course, it's complement, and it's mentioned where, right? Try one more time. What is the object here?
Emergency workers.
Pay attention to the screen. What is the object?
2 to injure hikers.
Yes, hike.
Alejandro. What is the object here?
Yes, hike. Caminando.
No.
Mm.
The object, remember, emergency workers is subject.
Sorry,
Yes.
teacher. Is
Yes.
long oración.
Is long what?
Es una oración larga y tiene frases que no entiendo.
Y pues dice oración, oración no existe. It's a long sentence.
Okay.
Yes, you're not supposed to use those words. Try to do it, Alejandro, you can do it. A ver, vamos a ver, emergency workers es el sujeto, ¿verdad? Rescue es el verbo, está en pasado. Y tenemos to injure hikers. Yes. Son dos caminantes heridos. Ese es el objeto. Tenemos el complemento que es en un parque estatal.
Sería
El objeto que es tú, dos caminantes heridos, vas a ser el sujeto. El doer. Two injured hiker. ¿Es plural o singular? Plural o singular.
plural. Where?
We use where. After where, we have to use finally. Yes, where, finally. Then we use the verb. What is the verb?
Emergency worker. No.
No, what is the verb? Rescue.
Rescue.
Rescue. No rescue. Rescue. Two injured hikers were finally rescued in a state park by, remember, by is always at the end, by emergency workers. No matter how long, one sentence cannot be too long. One sentence. But sometimes you will find passive in readings, in paragraphs. So you find it. Okay, number 8. Who wants to do number 8? Volunteers, no se amontonen. Pásenle, está en oferta, la número 8.
Me, teacher, Jessica.
Jessica.
A 500-year-old tree was blew down yesterday by winds.
Okay, that's perfect, but just a pronunciation. It's the 5th, 500 year.
Okay, teacher.
Tree was. What is the past participle of blow down? Jessica? You have blew down is past tense, right? And now the past participle. Blow, blew, blew, and
I don't remember, teacher.
todos los verbos parecidos como fly, flew, flown. Right? Blown. Was blown down by high winds. Excellent. Just pay attention to your pronunciation. High winds. 1500 years old tree was blown down by high winds. Yes? Excellent.
Yes, teacher.
Just please, guys, pay attention to the grammar and to the rule, how you convert active sentences into passive. Just follow the rules, practice, etc. Okay, let's just do this exercise and then we will continue with the listening practice. You want to listen to two new stories. Of course, you will listen to a reporter or two reporters answer the questions. Number one, for example, what kinds of weather does the reporter talk about? You have to answer. What problems did the weather cause? Who were the people rescued by, etc. So you need to pay strictly attention to each reporter, please.
Page 121. 3. Listening and speaking. News update. A. Listen to two news stories. Answer the questions. This is John Cho. First, here is a report on the severe storms that caused so much damage in the northern part of the country last night. Cindy Chavez is reporting from one small town that was hit by the bad weather. Cindy, what's the situation like there?
Good morning, John. Well, this morning the North is waking up to the results of some of the worst storms in 30 years. Throughout the night, the area was hit by thunderstorms, hailstones, and heavy rains. Several small towns across the area were completely flooded, and hundreds of people were left homeless.
What happened to those people? Were they rescued?
Yes, John. Many people were rescued by the fire department. However, the scary thing was, some people couldn't leave their homes because of the floods. So they had to climb onto the roofs of their houses and wait for the fire department to rescue them in boats.
And have the people been able to return to their homes?
No, not yet. Many are staying with friends and neighbors, and others are staying in school buildings in towns near here. Fortunately, no one was badly injured, though of course many homes were seriously damaged.
Thank you for that report, Cindy. Now, I hear you have an update on a story you reported yesterday.
Okay, one more time, please.
Yesterday. Some good news this time?
That's right, John. Yesterday, I reported on a young couple who were getting married in a park. The wedding ceremony was disrupted by a huge hailstorm, and the groom was hit on the head by a hailstone the size of a golf ball, and he was taken to the hospital.
And so the wedding was canceled?
Yes, and that was terrible. But here's an update, and it's good news. This morning, I was told that the groom was not seriously injured, and he and the bride have set a new date for their wedding.
A happy ending then to that story.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks again, Cindy. Next on the news.
All right, yes, one more time. Pay attention to the questions and write. Take notes. Okay? So you have to respond each question. Please take notes. That's the only way to know the answers so you cannot forget. One more time, please.
Page 121. 3. Listening and speaking. News update. A. Listen to 2 news stories. Answer the questions. Good morning. This is John Cho. First, here is a report on the severe storms that caused so much damage in the northern part of the country last night. Cindy Chavez is reporting from one small town that was hit by the bad weather. Cindy, what's the situation like there?
Good morning, John. Well, this morning the North is waking up to the results of some of the worst storms in 30 years. Throughout the night, the area was hit by thunderstorms, hailstones, and heavy rains. Several small towns across the area were completely flooded, and hundreds of people were left homeless.
What happened to those people? Were they rescued?
Yes, John. Many people were rescued by the fire department. However, the scary thing was, some people couldn't leave their homes because of the floods. So they had to climb onto the roofs of their houses and wait for the fire department to rescue them in boats.
And have the people been able to return to their homes?
No, not yet. Many are staying with friends and neighbors, and others are staying in school buildings in towns near here. Fortunately, no one was badly injured, though of course many homes were seriously damaged.
Thank you for that report, Cindy. Now, I hear you have an update on a story you reported yesterday. Some good news this time?
That's right, John. Yesterday, I reported on a young couple who were getting married in a park. The wedding ceremony was disrupted by a huge hailstorm, and the groom was hit on the head by a hailstone the size of a golf ball, and he was taken to the hospital.
And so the wedding was canceled?
Yes, and that was terrible. But here's an update, and it's good news. This morning, I was told that the groom was not seriously injured, and he and the bride have set a new date for their wedding.
A happy ending then to that story.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks again, Cindy. Next on the news.
All right, now, according to your notes, review your answers, and then we will ask one by one. Please check your answers.
Page 121. 3. Listening and speaking. News update. A. Listen to 2 news stories. Answer the questions. Good morning. This is John Cho. First, here is a report on the severe storms that caused so much damage in the northern part of the country last night. Cindy Chavez is reporting from one small town that was hit by the bad weather. Cindy, what's the situation like there?
Good morning, John. Well, this morning the North is waking up to the results of some of the worst storms in 30 years. Throughout the night, the area was hit by thunderstorms, hailstones, and heavy rains. Several small towns across the area were completely flooded, and hundreds of people were left homeless.
What happened to those people? Were they rescued?
Yes, John. Many people were rescued by the fire department. However, the scary thing was, some people couldn't leave their homes because of the floods. So they had to climb onto the roofs of their houses and wait for the fire department to rescue them in boats.
And have the people been able to return to their homes?
No, not yet. Many are staying with friends and neighbors, and others are staying in school buildings in towns near here. Fortunately, no one was badly injured, though of course many homes were seriously damaged.
Thank you for that report, Cindy. Now, I hear you have an update on a story you reported yesterday. Some good news this time?
That's right, John. Yesterday, I reported on a young couple who were getting married in a park. The wedding ceremony was disrupted by a huge hailstorm, and the groom was hit on the head by a hailstone the size of a golf ball, and he was taken to the hospital.
And so the wedding was canceled?
Yes, and that was terrible. But here's an update, and it's good news. This morning, I was told that the groom was not seriously injured, and he and the bride have set a new date for their wedding.
A happy ending then to that story.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks again, Cindy. Next on the news.
Okay, guys, are you good? Would you like to listen one more time? Was that enough? Do you have the answers? What do you want to do?
One more time, please, teacher.
Okay, Felix says one more time.
Yes, teacher, one more time, please.
Yes, please. One more time, teacher.
Yes, remember to pay attention, like getting the answer for the first one, right? Because they are in the same sequence. What kind of weather does the report talk about? You hear at the beginning, yes? They start talking about storms, they have thunderstorms, hailstorms, etc. What problems did the weather cause? That's the second part. And so on, you keep the questions in the same sequence. Please pay attention.
Page 121. 3. Listening and speaking. News update. A. Listen to 2 news stories. Answer the questions. Good morning. This is John Cho. First, here is a report on the severe storms that caused so much damage in the northern part of the country last night. Cindy Chavez is reporting from one small town that was hit by the bad weather. Cindy, what's the situation like there?
Good morning, John. Well, this morning, the North is waking up to the results of some of the worst storms in 30 years. Throughout the night, the area was hit by thunderstorms, hailstones, and heavy rains. Several small towns across the area were completely flooded, and hundreds of people were left homeless.
What happened to those people? Were they rescued?
Yes, John. Many people were rescued by the fire department. However, the scary thing was, some people couldn't leave their homes because of the floods. So they had to climb onto the roofs of their houses and wait for the fire department to rescue them in boats.
And have the people been able to return to their homes?
No, not yet. Many are staying with friends and neighbors, and others are staying in school buildings in towns near here. Fortunately, no one was badly injured, though of course many homes were seriously damaged.
Thank you for that report, Cindy. Now, I hear you have an update on a story you reported yesterday. Some good news this time?
That's right, John. Yesterday, I reported on a young couple who were getting married in a park. The wedding ceremony was disrupted by a huge hailstorm, and the groom was hit on the head by a hailstone the size of a golf ball, and he was taken to the hospital.
And so the wedding was canceled?
Yes, and that was terrible. But here's an update, and it's good news. This morning, I was told that the groom was not seriously injured, and he and the bride have set a new date for their wedding.
A happy ending then to that story.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks again, Cindy. Next on the news.
All right, good.
Page 121.
How do you feel? You ready to answer? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, who wants to do number 1? One by one, please. What kind of weather does the reporter talk about?
Talk about
Talk about
storms.
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 Storms. What kind of storms?
Heavy rains.
What else? Heavy rains. What else?
Floods.
Thunderstorms.
Thunderstorms.
Hailstorms.
Hailstones. All right, good. What problems did the weather cause? Anyone? What problems did the weather cause? She mentioned something very important. Well, two of the most important. I explained that word before.
How do you say huracanes? Hurricanes?
No.
No.
What problems did the weather cause? Anyone? Who did? What do you have for number two? Who did? Are you there?
Yes, teacher. Yes, yes. I wrote something about there was some problems that caused the people take care to the hospital
Yes.
because of the weather.
What was the main problems? Let's say it's makes sense, it's logical. When it's raining a lot, when there's a
There was
heavy rain,
some floods.
yeah, that's the first one, right? You have floods or floodings in your house. And because of the flooding, you have homeless people, right? Okay, what do they say? What does she say about homeless people? Where do they live now? Or where did they have to do? Maru?
In the street. In the parks.
Yes, what else?
Uh, under the bridge.
What else? Right, they have to move with friends and family. Okay, who were the people rescued by? By. Check the question, who? By. Who? I mean, who were the people who rescued? Who were the people who rescued that people?
Some people were rescued by a fire department.
Yes, by the fire department.
Fire department, okay.
By firemen, right? Firemen.
Okay.
Okay, number 4. Why was a wedding canceled? We are almost done. Please hurry up. Why was the wedding canceled? What was the weather Problem.
Because the high storm.
Hailstorm. Yes, hailstorm.
Hailstorm.
There was a hailstorm. Something happened to the groom, right? What happened to the groom? There was a ceremony in the park and it started hailing, you know. So hailstorm, remember her?
Hit in the head.
Yeah, he was hit. He was hit. The head, you know, hails are like these eyes in your head. I mean, he hit his head, so it was dangerous. Excellent. So that's why the wedding was canceled, right? Because of the broom, a groom. Sorry, not a broom, a groom. Broom is a escoba. Broom is novia, remember. I used to confuse those words. 6, what update on the story does the reporter give?
The groom was not seriously injured.
Yes. He wasn't seriously injured. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Good job. Remember, when it's about listening, you just need to pay attention and focus on the story. Because you get lost a little bit, you get distracted a little bit by some noise or by someone, you lose connection with the reading, with the listening. So please, whenever you do these exercises, try to focus only in the exercise. Do not get distracted by any sound or anything. So distraction is part of this, is part of why you miss some part. So you need to pay attention. Well, right now we don't have time to do the other exercise. It's already 6 o'clock. We should continue tomorrow. We have to continue tomorrow with the rest. Let me see. What do you say, Felix?
No, sorry, teacher.
Okay, we have one more exercise.
Teacher.
I think we have enough for tomorrow. Yes, we have started.
Teacher,
Yes,
can I speak in Spanish?
Yes, of course.
Yes. La tarea, ¿va a haber alguna explicación para el trabajo, teacher? El de fin de curso.
Yes. Well, right now, it's 6 o'clock. If you have a couple more minutes, because you are finishing, right? That's why it's extra work for you. Besides your homework, I send you the list. So besides the reading, the writing, the listening practice, that's gonna be included in the classes. Yes, we're going to do a practice of each one. For the last project, let me show you. This is gonna be your final evaluation. Okay. We will continue tomorrow explaining more about this, right? But the project final project is gonna be a portfolio. That means in the portfolio, you have to do the introduction of each unit. Yes, if you have Word, program? You put name, your name, of course, class, schedule, then you have to do in another page, you have to do a small introduction. That's what you usually do in some schools. I guess Gloria is familiarized with these portfolios. You do it in the set or somewhere else. It's like a
Yes.
summary of what you see. So you make an introduction. Has to be in English. In the introduction, you're going to say your experience. Hold on. Let me write it here. Your experience in the course. It means what you have learned and what you expect to learn in the next course. Then you're going to write a syllabus. Let's see. Page 1 is this. It's unit 1. We are talking about homeworks. You have the homeworks already. Homework lesson A. Take a picture and include it. Your homework. Yes? Homework. Then you continue with lesson B, lesson C, etc. Lesson D. You have to put the page of each one. Here. For example, this is going to be page 3, an example. Page 4. And then you continue with the rest, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5, etc. So that would be for the next week. So you have time to do it. Usually the school require a last project. Yes? So remember we are having a review next week. First is gonna be a review about unit 10, 11, and 12, right? Because you're having a test, an exam. Then next day is a review of unit from 1 to 9. We have to be sure that you can handle all the topics, or if you have questions, doubts, we have to see that during the class. That's gonna be the last project, okay? And it's called evidence, portfolio. Okay, you can do it nice, good grammar, good presentation. So that's gonna be your last project. Okay. Question?
Sí, sí, teacher, en Spanish. ¿Cuánta extensión del cuánto se tiene que trabajar? ¿Media hoja, una hoja por tema?
No, Gloria, you already have the Congo, right? Ya tienes las tareas listas.
Yes.
Solamente las tienes que incluir con fotos. Lo
Oh,
mismo
ya.
que haces en el diario, vas en uno solo, pero tienes que separar. Ok, unidad 1, lección A.
Ah, ok, ok.
Foto. Lección B, foto. Lección C, foto.
Okay. Ya.
Nada más sería lo primero, la introducción y la presentación.
Okay. Yes, teacher. It's okay. Thank you. Yes, it's okay. Thank you.
Any other questions, guys? Okay. Okay, let me see quién salió. Jessica, Alejandro, Maru, Lucía, Gloria. Judith salió. Okay, that's fine. Any other questions? Si tienen alguna otra pregunta, you have any other questions, please let me know. Give me a private message, not to the group. We don't want anybody to write to know that your questions, just to me. So you are free to ask anytime. Well, not anytime, because sometimes you send me homeworks at 11 or 12 sometimes. I said, really? Okay. Anyway, let's see. See you tomorrow at same time. All right. Thank you very much.
Teacher.
Thank
Bye.
you.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
You take care.
Bye-bye.
See you.